Are you learning anything? Did you read your textbook? Did you understand anything from the textbook? Okay, in the previous class we have learned about colors, signs and symbols, is it? Okay, what is this colors and signs and symbols? You are learning mainly about the topographical sheets, is it? How the colors, signs and symbols are used in the topo sheet that you are learning about, is it? And you have learned different colors in the first class, is it? What are the different colors used in the topo sheet? Green, yellow, brown, red, then white, is it? So you learn what it's for what all these colors are used, is it? And what is green color indicates in the topo sheet? The green color indicates the forest and the cultivated lands, is it? And the white color denotes barren land or uncultivated land, is it? And the brown color denotes what? The brown color denotes contour lines, okay, contour lines and other imaginary lines on the topo sheets. Black color denotes abbreviation of names and it also denotes objects, is it? Different things. And the blue color denotes perennial rivers, okay, and the area where water is available throughout the year, that can be denoted with the blue color on the topo sheet. And the red color denotes what? Settlements, towns, roads. These all things can be used. Which color? Red color, is it? And signs and symbols. Different signs and symbols are also used in the topo sheet. What are the different signs and symbols? In the previous class you have learned about international boundaries, how you can find international boundaries on the topo sheet, and state boundaries, how can you find, okay, what's the difference between the boundaries of state and the boundaries of the countries, and district boundaries, how it is drawn, how it denotes, okay, and metalled and non-metal roads or unmetalled roads, how they are drawn on the topo sheet, and footpath or pedestrian walking, okay, how it is denoted, how the bridges and gauges are drawn in the topo sheet, that you have learned in the previous class, okay. This class you are learning, you are going to learn about different other signs and symbols, okay. For example, how the symbols are used for the small rivers, how the symbols are used for a river, seasonal streams, dry riverbed, confluences. Okay, what is confluences? Confluences are the tributaries which are joined with the main river, that is called what? Confluences. And spring, waterfalls, canals, wells, tube wells, and what? Tube wells, and also stream. When we see for small rivers, small river we call it as what? Nadi. And this symbol, okay, with the blue color denotes what? Nadi or small river. And this is like a stream of water. Small river is like a stream of water. It denotes with a blue color. And river also it denotes with a it will be like this, okay, and the water will be inside and some direction will be drawn with a black color, okay, and the direction it shows what? The direction of the flow of water in the river. And seasonal stream, there we cannot find water throughout the year, because it is seasonal. Only during rainy season we can find water. So the stream is drawn with blue color. Okay. If the symbol is like this, what you have to understand, it is seasonal river. And dry river bed, how it is drawn? Dry river bed, it is drawn with a black color, and there will be a stream of water, little flow of water inside. Okay. During this river also flows only during seasonal rainfall, only rainfall season. Other time the river bed will be dry and little flow of water will be there in the river. And confluence, what I told, the tributary join with the main river. Okay, the tributary join with the main river can be drawn like this. Okay. Okay, and the flow of water will be shown with the blue color inside, which denotes what? Confluences. Spring. Okay, spring is a water that oozed or comes up from the ground. Okay, what we call, what symbol is used? The blue color, like this symbol in blue color is used. Okay, if you find anything with this symbol, you have to understand spring. This symbol denotes what? Spring. And the waterfall, waterfall with some figure also will be indicated in the topo sheet. If the figure, some number figures or indicates, there will be the flow of river that cause waterfalls after some distance. Then canal. Canal, this is the symbol of a canal. The canal is a channel cut through land in order to transport water from the lake to other places. Okay, this is the channel. It will be drawn like this. Okay, this is the channel. This is drawn with a blue color. Okay, the symbol is drawn with a blue color, means you have to understand it is the, it denotes the channel or it indicates canal. Okay, what is canal? Canal is the channel, okay, which is made for the transportation of water, okay, from the lake or the other water bodies to the place where agriculture or crop cultivation is done. Did you understand? Then well and tube well. If the symbol with round shape, if the symbol with a round shape, it denotes well. Okay, well is a water body. Okay, one of the water body. It is artificial water body. Okay, the well or bored into the ground till the water table is reached. Okay, well or the water body that are bored into a ground till the table of water is reached. If you find in the topo sheet the triangular symbol with blue color denotes tube well. Okay, tube well or used, it also bored with the help of a machine and with the help of electricity. If you find this symbol with blue color, it denotes tube well. You have to understand the area around this place is possible for cultivation. Okay, so cultivated land around this area is possible. Did you understand, children? Now, there are some places like grassland. Okay, some small grass like things are shown, means you have to identify grasslands are the place where there is no much rainfall is possible. Okay, so the trees cannot be grown or find in this region where grasslands are available. So grasslands are suitable area for cattle rearing. And other places what to say, like a palm tree. Okay, the symbol like a palm tree or fine. If you find this symbol, you have to understand this is the area where farms are available. And here condition is dry condition. Okay, so in the desert region you can find these kind of symbols. Now you have learned about different signs and symbols. Now we will learn about different other things like settlements of topographical sheet. How the settlements are denoted or indicated. Okay, children, we are learning about signs, symbols and colors. Okay, the next thing we are going to learn is settlements on topographical sheets. How settlements are indicated in the topographical sheet. Not only settlements, we are also going to see different occupations, how it is indicated, different transport and communication, how it is indicated in the topographical map, and how the land use is indicated in the topographical map. That we are going to see in this class. What all things we are going to see? 4 things mainly we are going to see today in this class. That is how the settlements are indicated, how the occupations are indicated, how transport and communications are indicated, and how the land use is indicated in the topographical map. Okay, how the settlements are indicated. We know that there are 2 types of settlements. Okay, one is permanent settlement and other one is temporary settlements. Okay, permanent settlement means where the house or the buildings are permanent. Okay, it is constructed on the permanent basis. Okay, and after a certain period of times there will be developments taking place in the permanent settlements. And the temporary settlement, we can see it will not be like a permanent settlement. It can be removed after certain period of time. Okay, and we see settlements or group of houses usually constructed or formed in the place where the villages and towns are there. Okay, settlements are the groups of houses usually to villages or towns where people live. And when we see the size of settlements depends on the availability of roads, not only roads, railways, hospitals and police stations, administrative buildings and so on. Okay, how we can see what is the size of the settlement, how the size of the settlement can be indicated or can be depends. Okay, how it will be depends on the basis of the roads, railways, hospitals and the administrative buildings. And when we see the locations of how the location of the settlements or depends, the locations of the settlements or depends on the various factors like terrain, okay, terrain, presence of water and the suitable climate, presence of employment and employment opportunities. So the location of the settlement, because we know that the settlements are permanent and temporary. Okay, how these locations of the settlement, where the settlements are located, how it depends. What are the factors? What are the factors? It is based on the terrain, presence of water and the presence of employment, availability or opportunities. Did you understand? And some settlements are permanent and some are temporary. That already we have seen. Is it? Now we are going to see occupations. Okay. Okay, different occupations are there. Okay, what are the different occupations? You know, like main occupation is agriculture in India. Is it? What's the main occupation in India? Agriculture is the main occupation in in India. Apart from agriculture, there are different other occupations are there, is it? What are the different other occupations like mining, fishing, manufacturing and trading? Okay, if you manufacture goods and items or the materials, it should be transported or it will be transported to different places, is it? Okay, first agriculture. Agriculture, how it will be indicated in the topo sheet. Agriculture in large tracts of land indicate cultivation of crops, then almost the people are farmers and cultivators. Okay, how agriculture is indicated? Large tracts of land cultivated. Okay, in the topo sheet or the topographical map, large tracts of land is cultivated means what you have to understand. What is the main occupation of the people? They are cultivators or farmers. Okay, and next thing. Okay, first one is agriculture. You have seen, is it? For agriculture, how will you identify agriculture and people, those who do agriculture? Large tract of land is cultivated. Second one is mining. Okay, mining, if there is mines and quarries are there. Okay, if there is mine and quarries are there, what we have to understand? That indicates people are doing mining. Their main occupation of the people is mining. Okay, and the next thing, fishing. We can see fishing is done only in the near the water bodies. People do fishing. They live near the water bodies, large water bodies like oceans, sea, lakes, okay, and the big rivers. So that denotes the rivers, the sea, okay, and the water bodies. That denotes what? The main occupation of the people is fishing. The possibility of occupation near the water body is what? Fishing. The next one is manufacturing. Okay, for manufacturing, large settlements such as towns, that indicates presence of factories. We have learned, is it? Settlements. It is based on the location. Okay, location means what? Wherever water facility is there, people used to settle near the banks of the rivers, is it? Because the water body or the banks of the rivers, that helps and gives more job opportunities to the people. In the same way, manufacturing also done near the wherever the manufacturing of goods are there also the settlement will be more. So wherever the settlement, permanent settlements are found, that means the main occupation of the people are manufacturing goods. So there will be many factories and industries will be found near the permanent settlement. The last one is trading. Okay, a large settlement with many carts, tracks, roads and railways, because for transporting goods or manufacturing items from one place to another, what is needed? Transportation is main, is it? For wherever the roads, the tracks, the carts and other transportation or communication facilities are there, that means trade is the main occupation of the people. Did you understand, children? Now, transport and communication. How will you find transport and communication in the topo sheet? Okay, transport and communication will be found in different colors. That's why we learned about colors, is it? There are two important colors are used in the topo sheet, that is red and black. When you look into the topo sheet, there will be lot of red line with various size will be quoted there. Okay, in the same way, we can find out the black colors. Since the black color is used for the transportation like roads, railways, rail tracks, for these and all, what color is used? Black color is used. Okay, this black color indicates that communication is wherever the place the communication is done. And the next thing when we see, they also reflect the various modes of transport or available or used in the particular places. What are the different modes of transport? Because all transport cannot be used in all places. Okay, transportation also used based on the landscape. Okay, hilly area, different types of transport will be used, and the flat area, different types of transport will be used. In the slope of the mountain, different transportation facilities will be there, is it? And land use, okay, how the land used also, how it will be indicated, how you identify the land is used in the topo sheet, what type of land is there. Okay, now when we see land use refers to the way a piece of land is used. Okay, what is land use means? The way in which how the land is used indicates what? Land use. Now, land use is based on the relief of the land. Okay, some land will be mountain, like a hilly area, some will be slope, some will be flat, and some will be plain. In different lands, different types of occupation is done. Okay, in different land, different types of agricultural processes taken place. Okay. Now in the hilly area and the top of the mountain, how the land is used. The slope of the mountain we can use terrace farming. Okay, what kind of farming is done in the slope of the mountain? Terrace farming. And in the slope of the mountain also we cannot cultivate every type of crops. Okay, only tea and different pulses can be cultivated in the slope of the mountain. And when we see in the flat area and the plain area will be fertile and the soil is good. Okay, so crop cultivation is done in a surplus manner in the plain region. Okay, and what type of crops can be cultivated in the plain region? All type of crops, like there are two types of crops are there, is it? One is kharif crop and another one is rabi crops. Okay, the crops which is expected or need more water supply can be cultivated in the plain area. And in the hilly area, what is the main occupation? Like harvesting and lumbering. Okay, in the mountain region or forest region, lumbering and harvesting will be mountain harvesting or forest harvesting will be the main occupation. Okay. So the land use is based on the relief of the land. Did you understand, children? Okay, so in the class what all things we have seen? Settlements, occupations, then transport and communication, and also the land use. What is settlement? Two types of settlement you have learned. One is permanent and another one is temporary settlements. Occupation also done. Okay, different symbols that is used in the topo sheets indicates different occupation is done in the particular places. Okay, what are the different occupation? Agriculture, mining, manufacturing, trading, fishing. Okay, and different transport and communication. Okay, transport and communication. The black color indicates indicates the particular transport and communication. What type of transportation is used in the particular place. Okay, and the land use. Okay, land use is based on the relief of the land. What is land use? Land use refer to the way of piece of land is used for the used in a area for different purposes. Did you understand? Here we end the class today. We will meet with the next lesson in the next class. Thank you, children.